cheerful blue raccoon walks down a street, sniffing the air happily. A glowing sign says, "Ruby Roman Pizza, fresh today." He licks his lips and pulls out his wallet. Our favorite raccoon was ready to treat himself to a delicious pizza. But wait, since yesterday, the price went from $10 to $25? What happened? Did someone sprinkle gold dust on the cheese? Let's find out using data. In this video, we'll figure out why the pizza price jumped. We'll grab real-world data from Kaggle, clean it up, analyze it, and see what's driving this price hike. Maybe those fancy Ruby Roman grapes on top.
Let's start by collecting our data. To figure out what's behind that sudden price jump, we need real numbers, not guesses. So I headed to Kaggle, one of the best places on the internet to find open data sets. It's basically like a giant library for data scientists, except instead of books, it's full of CSVs. I found a folder that tracks daily prices, one file for pizzas, and another for Ruby Roman grapes, which, by the way, are one of the most expensive fruits on the planet. Each of these files has a simple structure: 2 columns, a date, and a price. That's all we need to start spotting patterns. So the data's ready. Let's dive into the next step: cleaning things up, because raw data is never as clean as that pizza dough looks. Think of it like cleaning your kitchen before cooking. You can't make a good pizza if your counter is full of crumbs. Our raw data might look fine at first glance, but trust me, it's full of little gremlins. You'll find missing prices, duplicated rows, weird symbols like yen or dollar, maybe even typos in column names. So let's fix all that before we try to analyze anything. Step 1, load the data with Pandas, our favorite Python library for handling tables. We'll make sure the date column is properly recognized as a date, not just a random string. Step 2, let's remove duplicates. Sometimes, data sources record the same entry twice, like the same pizza price copied on the same day. We'll just tell Pandas, hey, drop anything repeated. Next, we fix structural errors. Prices might include symbols like $sign or yen sign, or commas like 12,000. That confuses computers, so we'll clean everything to make sure prices are just clean numbers. Now for missing values. Sometimes prices aren't recorded every day. Maybe the market was closed, or someone just forgot. We can handle that in 2 ways. If there are just a few, we drop them. If there are many, we can fill them using nearby values. That's called forward filling. If you don't know today's price, just use yesterday's. Same pizza, same dough. And finally, we remove any irrelevant data. Extra notes, comments, or weird text columns that don't help us. When we're done, each dataset is clean, simple, and ready for analysis. And there we go! Our workspace is spotless. We've turned messy, unreliable files into clean, structured data we can trust. Now, we can finally start to explore and see if those fancy grapes really control our pizza prices. To do that, we'll look at 3 things: variance, covariance, and correlation. Don't worry, they sound scary, but they're actually just 3 ways to describe how numbers behave. Let's start with variance. Variance tells us how much the values change around their average. Basically, how spread out they are. If the price is always the same, the variance is small. If the price jumps up and down a lot, the variance is big. Now, variance tells us how much each dataset moves. But what if we want to know whether they move together? That's where covariance comes in. If we both increase at the same time, the covariance is positive. If one goes up while the other goes down, it's negative. And if there's no consistent pattern, the covariance is close to 0. We can calculate it directly in Pandas using .cov. This gives us an idea of their directional relationship, but it's not standardized yet, so it's hard to compare. The correlation is like a normalized version of covariance. It takes into account how much each dataset varies and turns the result into a number between -1 and +1. If correlation equals +1, they move perfectly together. If it's -1, they move in opposite directions. And if it's 0, they're totally unrelated, like pizza and raccoon sleep schedule. After cleaning our data and running the calculations, we found that the correlation between pizza prices and Ruby Roman grape prices is about 0.73. That's a strong positive relationship, meaning when grapes get more expensive, pizza prices tend to rise too. Well, ruby Roman grapes are rare, especially in winter. They're a luxury fruit from Japan that's only available in limited quantities each year. So when the temperature drops and the harvest season ends, their supply goes down and their price goes up. Now, our pizza, which uses those same grapes as a topping, depends directly on that ingredient. When the fruit becomes expensive, the pizza shop has to pay more too. That extra cost eventually gets passed to the customer. So even though we're talking about completely different products, grapes and pizza, the data reveals a hidden link through their shared ingredients and seasonality.